Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is October 14th for 2025, 11:58 a.m. Let's say it together. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. We are one day closer to the coming of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You are looking at Representative from Illinois, Emmanuel Chris Welch, Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House, Welch. Yesterday, he was in Broadview, Illinois, and he was speaking like Ronald Reagan spoke when he spoke to Gorbachev back in the day. Tear down these walls, tear down the fence in Broadview, Illinois. The fence was put up on September 23rd of 2025. As you guys well know, I have been out to this site numerous of times, maybe 7, 8 times. When I first started covering the story out there, where the detention center is in the background, detention center, where they transport and they process illegals here. There was no fence back in the day. There were no guard rails. There were no bricks dividing. It was just your regular town with a building where they process migrants. From that point, now we have the big brick blocks, cement blocks, we have the fences, we have ICE, we have ATF, we have the Broadview police, and also the state police. But now a reckoning has come because the judge has put forth a motion saying it is against the law, it is a fire hazard, a fire code to put up a fence where the fire department or police or basic emergency vehicles cannot get through that area. And today is the day, by midnight, the fence has to be torn down. You can see the fence here. People, as I have done this research and I look at the timing of it, because God has given me this gift, this wondrous gift of the 5 C's, of clues, codes, colors, the confirmation time and conclusion. I am concluding all this was set up. All this was arranged for a showdown in Broadview, Illinois. And like I said in other videos, whatever happens in Broadview, the odds are it's going to happen in Chicago. Now this rep is saying, get rid of the fence. He has clergy, he has the mayor of Broadview with him. So I decided to do some number comparison. And just like I did the number comparison on her back in the day, she was elected on 4-4, which is Barack Obama's the 44th president. When I show you these numbers, the correlation between these two people, you're gonna say this ain't nothing but a dog and pony show, that everybody's allegedly playing the role because they know eventually there's gonna be a clash. People, and on top of that, there is legislation being crafted by another representative in another state that if sanctuary cities do not comply with ICE, their funding will stop. I'm gonna say it again. There is legislation, a bill being crafted. I will introduce that to you today. There is legislation being put out that if cities, governors, mayors do not cooperate with ICE, their funding would stop. I have been talking about this for a long time. I've been talking to friends and family and people that I meet. I'm like, I wonder what would happen if the funding of the illegal stopped. Think about it. They're getting a hospital, a place to stay, food, shelter, and many in my neighborhood 2 blocks away, these folks got cars. Some of them got real nice cars because they've been here for about 2+ years. They've been able to put their money together and buy cars. suppose the money is stopped and these mayors and cities say we want to continue to make it a sanctuary city, what would happen? Would the governor and mayor, let's say of our city, go into the trough or raise taxes somehow, property taxes, operation taxes, liquor license, whoever, to make up the difference if the federal government says, you know what, we're going to stop your funding because you're going to still be a sanctuary city? People, we are headed towards something we have never seen before. But I want to take you through this thing, and I want you to think this through, and I want you guys to be careful. All right? Now listen to this. Check it out.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Emmanuel Chris Welch, State Representative for the 7th District. You're in the 7th District. Welcome to the 7th District and Speaker of the Illinois House. Thank you all for joining us here this morning in the village of Broadview. I'm joined this morning by the village's dynamic, amazing mayor, Katrina Thompson, Mayor Harvey from the village of Bellwood, Mayor Booker from the village of Maywood, Mayor Regal from the village of Westchester, Mayor Shapico from the village of Melrose Park.
Why you should never charge
A whole host of other community members who are very proud of this community. A number of faith leaders, another number of nonprofit groups are all here today. We are here today because we stand in solidarity with Mayor Thompson and the Broadview community. Mayor Thompson has done an amazing job in the midst of a difficult time in our country for many American cities led by Democrats. We are here today to say we stand with Mayor Thompson unequivocally. This is my district. Welcome to my district. This is our community. And these are our streets that you're standing on. We are here today because Broadview is strong, and it's going to stay strong. For several weeks now, without permission or collaboration with this community, this fence you see behind us has been standing here blocking the community's access to its own streets and standing as a symbol of division. It's a symbol of Donald Trump's contempt for this community and so many like it. They didn't respect our community enough to go through the village's permitting process. They didn't respect our community enough to ask our police and firefighters how this would affect their ability to respond to emergencies. This fence is a stark reminder of another time in history. In 1961, the East German Army erected a wall that became known as the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall symbolized the Cold War, the physical division of Europe into communist, authoritarianism, and capitalist blocs, the Iron Curtain, and the repression of freedom under communist regimes.
Now, I called them out about a month ago, and I did echo some of his sentiments, because I did law enforcement in a lower capacity. I know you cannot put a fence up without going through the village, speaking with the mayor, the board, and whomever. And it has to be determined. All counties, state, and local have an infrastructure set up with bylaws. You cannot chain off a street. That's just common sense. But Trump did it. But I'm telling you, it was done on purpose, and it was allowed to bring us to a moment where there could be chaos this weekend. And I'm gonna show you why, okay? Just hold tight, I'm gonna show you. Now watch this here.
A judge ruled last week the fence stopped the village from accessing its own land.
The 8-foot-tall fence was built on September 23rd by ICE without local or state approval. ICE says it was necessary as protesters have gathered at the facility daily At times, those demonstrations have turned tense, with occasional clashes between demonstrators and federal agents. But Illinois leaders say it is a sign of division.
Mr. Trump, tear down this fence now. Tear it down. Tear down this symbol of division. Tear down this symbol of destruction. Tear it down and tear it down now.
Sky Fox was over the facility at 1 o'clock this afternoon. The fencing was still standing. The Trump administration has until midnight Tuesday to remove it.
And that's tonight.
Symbol of division.
That's tonight. They got to move this fence by tonight, okay? I expect something to really clash, and I believe they're going to walk into some madness. Now, check this out. Emmanuel Chris Welch, the gentleman you just heard speak, his birthday is February 6, 1971. Take February 6, 2025, anniversary of his birthday. Yesterday he spoke on 10/13/2025. He spoke exactly 8 months and 8 days after his birthday. Trump, you know, his text number is 88022, and you know a few months ago he erected 2 flagpoles 88 feet tall. Also, it's 250 days, which represents our 250th birthday coming up. Is that coincidence that he would speak exactly 8 months and 8 days? Is this thing coordinated? Now look, Ronald Reagan told Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, quote, tear down these walls on June 12th, 1987. Take June 12th, 2025 anniversary of Ronald Reagan speaking. And then you have 9/23 is when that fence was put up in Broadview, Illinois. The difference is 3 months and 12 days. What's 3/12? Remember, Trump beat Kamala Harris, 312 votes, Electoral College. Is this thing being staged? Now, here's a video I did a few days ago. Mayor of Broadview, Illinois. Name is Katrina, like Hurricane Katrina. Obama vibes. Now, this is deep. You're going to see some numbers in here, which is going to be mind-blowing.
Name is Katrina. Katrina Thompson. She was elected 4/4 of 2017. 4/4. 4/4. Barack Obama was the 44th president. Wow. Okay, we're going to go down the road. There's Barack Obama, born August 4th. And like I said, he was the 44th president. Let's see if there's some more connections here. 4/4/2017, she became the mayor. 10/6/2025, she said, look, I want y'all to only protest from 9 to 6. Look at the difference. From the time she was elected to the time she made the announcement, it's 444 weeks. Come on, man, I ain't done that in a while. Come on.
Come on. So what happens is that this lady here, she's the mayor. She's the mayor. She said on 10/6, you can only protest from 9 to 6, giving the impression that she's trying to fight back and help and take care of her constituents. I agree with that. But I believe it's phony baloney, and I'm going to show you in a little bit. Now, what's 4 and 4 4? 4 and 4 is 8. When you have 84, Barack Obama's birthday is August 4th. Is this coincidence? Okay? Now, let's break it down. 2/6 is the birthday of the state representative. 4/4 is when the mayor was elected. These are anniversaries. The difference is 44, Barack Obama. What are the odds that from the day the mayor was elected anniversary to the representative's next birthday is 44 weeks exactly, not a day more? People, this thing got to be scripted. You think that's something? Look at this. 2/6/2024, the representative's last birthday, and 8/13 is when she that's her last birthday. Let me show you. 13/30. I'm gonna show you. I did her birthday in this video. Here you go, coming up. We'll let this pass. Then we'll go from there. Okay, here we go.
Stop playing. Okay. Now, her birthday is August 13th.
Did you?
These commercials are killing me, aren't they? We'll get there. We'll get there. So her birthday is August 13th of 2025. That's the mayor. And it was her 55th birthday, like Julius Caesar died at 55 years old. What are the odds all this is going down? August 13th is her birthday. Now, let's look at these numbers again. August 13th, 2025 is her birthday anniversary. 2/6 is his birthday. 2/6 of 2024. This is mind-blowing, people. Their representative, his birthday versus her birthday. Watch this. His birthday versus her birthday is exactly 79 weeks and 1 day. Who's 79 years old? So is Donald Trump. Could you have scripted this allegedly any better? They sent up there smiling and protesting. He doing his little Dr. King speech. Everybody's around him, the faith leaders and other mayors from around the district. And their birthdays are 79 weeks apart, and Trump is 79 years old. And from the time she was elected to his birthday coming up, it's 44 weeks apart. And Barack Obama was the 44th president. People, I'm just speechless, but thank God for the gift. Now let's go on with these shenanigans. Watch this here. This is what's coming down the pipe. I'm going to show you a politician who crafted legislation, and I knew it was coming. I wish I had the few videos where I said it, but many of you all know I said it. I said, what would happen if Trump stops the funding to these sanctuary cities? What would happen? Well, we got a politician doing it, but allegedly don't think Trump ain't part of this. It's all a ball of wax. It's good cop, bad cop on the chessboard. Check it out.
Ohio State Representative Josh Williams is a Republican from Toledo's 44th District, an attorney and a former community college professor.
What'd she say? 44th District? Listen very carefully.
Ohio State Representative Josh Williams is a Republican from Toledo's 44th District, an attorney.
44th District. Barack Obama's the 44th president. Come on, baby. Y'all share this video. I know y'all shaking y'all head. All these players involved here, all these politicians. Come on, man.
And a former community college professor. He grew up in poverty, experienced a lot of hardship on the streets, and put himself through law school. He's now serving as majority whip in the House in Ohio, and he's running for Congress there. Thank you for joining us, Josh.
Thank you for having me on and talking about this very important legislation we have pending here in Ohio.
Well, thank you for promoting it and pushing it. The question I have for you foremost is, how is this, I guess this is a direct response to states that are actively pushing sanctuary city policies, which I know there's a healthy debate about whether they're even constitutional for local officials to be pitting themselves up and obstructing the efforts of federal law enforcement officials. So how is that in and of itself not illegal?
Yeah, I actually believe that it's a violation of federal law to obstruct federal immigration enforcement, especially through government agencies and elected officials. We've had several of our communities here in the state of Ohio, including my hometown of Toledo, become sanctuary cities. They're Democrat-controlled cities that are refusing to cooperate. And unfortunately, here in Ohio, we have home rule authority in our Constitution, giving them the right to make these decisions. So we came up with a creative piece of legislation that simply defunds sanctuary cities in the state of Ohio and even defunds sanctuary police departments that are refusing to cooperate.
For all our viewers, as we were.
Did you hear that? Now, when you think about that, if it works in Ohio, well, let's go to other states. Now, keep that in your mind and think about this. Because this Saturday, arguably the biggest protest in America is going to happen this weekend. The fencing should be coming down by court order in Broadview. In Ohio, got legislation coming up against Sanctuary City. And now you got this big protest coming up called No King's Day. Listen.
Protesters are expected to come out in force this Saturday for the second batch of the No Kings anti-Trump protest that's planned nationwide. And Republicans are wasting no time smearing the demonstrators before they even set foot on the streets. There's Speaker Mike Johnson, who has slammed the protest as a, quote, hate America rally that would draw the, quote, pro-Hamas wing and the Antifa people. Joining us now is Leah Greenberg. She's the co-founder of Indivisible, which is one of the main organizers of the No Kings rally. Leah, thank you so much for making the time to be with us tonight. They've said that this is a un-American rally, that this is pro-Hamas, that this is about Antifa. Tell me, what is this rally actually about?
Well, the No Kings rally is a big tent political movement. We are calling on everyone who is standing up against Donald Trump's authoritarianism, his corruption, his attacks on our neighbors and on our rights. We're calling all those folks to come together collectively and push back, and that is what it is about. It is a joyful movement. It is a peaceful movement. These smears are transparently ridiculous and also quite sinister because they are very clearly setting up for a broader attack on free speech and the right to dissent in this country.
Given that, I mean, we hear talk, there's reporting that the president is seriously considering invoking the Insurrection Act. And already we've seen these labels used against protesters, clergy members in cities like Chicago and Portland. Are you worried about the safety of Americans who come out to take part in these protests on Saturday?
Well, we're working really hard with the over 2,500 folks or groups who have registered and who are organizing these events in communities all over the country, red areas, blue areas, rural areas.
People, if this weekend doesn't force Donald Trump's hand, it's going to be close. I don't want to say the word, but the correspondent here said something about resurrection. You know the right word, right? I'm going to just use the word resurrection, but she said a word that rhymes with resurrection. That act, baby, that's a lockdown. That's a lockdown, people. That's a lockdown. Do you understand why I smell a rat now? All this being set up. They're talking about what's going on in Broadview. Tear down this fence. The fence has got until midnight to be moved because the judge said remove it. The fence was put up on purpose to me to meet this moment. And look at the numbers between these two people. You can't tell me you don't smell a rat, allegedly. This is going to probably erupt in Broadview. By the same token, you got the legislation going on. Like I said, you got this guy passing legislation against sanctuary cities. They'll lose their funding if they don't cooperate in Ohio. And then you got arguably the biggest rally on earth in America coming up this Saturday. I'm Franchot Pearson. You guys be careful. God bless you. God keep you. If you want to help the channel, you can go to Franchot Blue. Click on my portrait right here. Then click on more.
Get into the limo and watch.
Click on more. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. Also have a P.O. box. Whatever you can give, I appreciate it. I'm trying to get my numbers up. Many of you guys have been unsubscribed. That's what they do here. Just resubscribe. Make sure you're subscribed every day. My videos don't go to the big audience, but with your help, share. And if you can help me financially in any way, I appreciate it. Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. God bless.